Hey, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for talking with us here at Music Junkie Press.
Oh, all good.
It's actually an honor to talk to one of the most recognizable and beloved voices in the industry. It's great to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, now, I've got to ask you, we've been following your journey, since a departure from Hinder and with your own music now. We're very excited. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, like this is very exciting for me, and it's kind of been a long time in the making. I mean, I'm always writing and stuff, and I'm always coming up with stuff on the road and whatnot, and it necessarily doesn't, didn't really fit in with what the Hinder project was that we were doing, and but I just kept writing, and it's always amazing to get to kind of lay these songs down and get other people's feedback, and everybody just seemed to really dig it, and it had always been a dream of mine to just kind of venture off and do something that was just totally completely mine.
Exactly, and that's the best part of it. I mean, you're like my favorite quote. Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. That is exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and I think a lot of people are going to be. I think they're going to be really, really surprised at the kind of direction and just kind of the whole project. Like I'm not saying it's completely different, but because my voice is. I mean, a lot of people do say it's very distinctive, so there'll always be that element there.
Uh-huh.
But the fact that I'm not afraid to try, new things, and I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised.
I love it, and you've actually the great thing is you've included a lot of your fans and supporters have followed you on your journey through Instagram and your posts and getting them involved, and it's just been nothing but positive support there for them. I love that.
Yeah, that's been really cool, and all that, like, social media stuff is never something I really did with the band or whatever, just not something I just wasn't really into, I know that fans love to see that and whatnot, but it was just, I don't know, it just kind of always seemed like a pain in the ass to me, but
yeah.
This has been, a really cool, I think what I'm doing on my Instagram is really cool, like I'll either play a little bit and just kind of give the fans like a little preview, like a very tiny preview,
yeah,
of what I'm working on, and yeah, the response has been pretty amazing. I couldn't ask for a better response right now, so I can't wait to actually give them a full song. So I mean, I'm in the studio. I'm on the way to the studio right now. So.
Oh, that's great. Now, that's what I was going to ask. What stage are you in right now? Are you in recording?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of. I got a lot of demos laid down, and I've got a lot of label attention from a lot of labels, like a lot of different ones. Which I think the first time around with the band with Hinder, we had I think maybe 3 and. I think with kind of the different direction I'm going, I've gotten a lot. I've turned a little more heads, I think. I think I'm kind of in that stage right now. Just I'm kind of laying some songs down and letting some labels hear it, and it's kind of a game. Like you go and you let the labels hear a song, and they're really interested, and just somehow that fucker starts just kind of floating around the.
Yep.
It's a very small industry in that retrospect as well, because it starts floating around and people are hearing and they're like, well, we want to hear it, or we want to hear it first, or we want to. So it's been a lot of fun actually to kind of go through this journey again, but to have it to be all on my own.
And that's the great thing. I mean, you're definitely doing it at your own way, your own pace, and it must be just truly satisfying to have that full control over your work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's it's not that you got to have thick skin in this industry anyway.
Yeah.
sometimes you write something that's super personal, and some people may be into it, and some people may not be into it. But that's the big perk, and as far as doing this all on my own is, I'm the last person to kind of pick on what goes. So.
And do you have a particular songwriting process? I mean, through the last few months, do you do the lyrics first? Do you do a chorus? What do you work on, or is it just sort of come at whatever it hits?
Well, it's kind of it's kind of been the same thing. It's just I'm not really sharing it with anybody, so it's like I'll kind of when I say not sharing it with anybody, I'm not like anybody else, like in a band that has an immediate responsibility
Yes.
to either like it or don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'll start a song, and then I'll, with producers and stuff that I've written with in the past, I'll take it to them and be like, what do you think? And, we'll finish the bridge together or something like that. But as far as like the songwriting goes, it's like, I'll either get inspired or everything like is based on like, my life and where I'm at. And I think that's kind of the most important thing. And I think we lost along the way whenever I was in Hinder. It just kind of seemed like, with that many people's influences and opinions, you kind of lose, you can kind of lose track of what you started writing the song about in the first place.
Mm-hmm. And that's the ones I was looking at too, like on My Turn and everything. You literally have these heartfelt emotions, and you're bringing them to life through your words, in your song. And I think that's what everybody's looking forward to seeing, how that comes out.
Yeah, My Turn. That's actually one of the first songs I wrote, and I wrote that song. I want to say back in 2009, 2010,
Wow.
when I had first tried to go the old sober route, like white knuckling it. It's kind of like, I can do this shit. It's not that hard. That was the first song I had written, and I think I was 10 days clean, and it was a very good feeling to have that just kind of sprout out of me.
Yes.
After, years of alcohol and drug abuse, but and obviously that didn't last long, but I think that's one of my favorite things about doing this and being present, through the whole process, because whenever you start writing songs that are personal, feelings come up. You know what I mean? And it was always easy to just kind of like, oh yeah, this is getting kind of heavy. Let me fucking have a drink and whatnot. So this has actually been the most kind of real process as far as feeling everything from beginning to end.
And that's so true, because it literally becomes, as soon as it starts getting so real, it is, the escapism. People search for the escapism in whatever it may be, and it's great that, you've continued through the process, and literally your music has been that for you. And I think that's just, I commend you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. And having the support of all the fans, because you have that fucking fear whenever you get sober, you're like, oh, well, am I going to be able to write the same? Am I going to be able to, have the same creative instincts and whatnot? And, just kind of putting little snippets out there here and there, and seeing the response is, it's been pretty amazing. Yeah,
and actually in December, you were there for one of the nights of Camp Freddie and performed. You missed that by one day, but I heard you did an awesome job.
Oh, yeah, that was in December, and that came together through Steve Stevens, who who I had met through treatment, and he had called me, and I was like, dude, I would love to, and it just so happens, he's like, well, we can do Born to Be Wild, and I was like, well, that's convenient, since we've already covered that song. And it was a lot of fun. Like I definitely, and also it was also a big kind of like tease for me, because I'm not saying that I live to be on stage, but there's no better feeling for me to get on stage and just pour my heart out and have people respond in a positive way.
And it does. I was watching the videos, and you were right where you belong. It's great. I mean, I loved seeing that too, and the fans loved it. And I mean, now you're going to plan on touring as well after the album and everything.
What's that now?
Are you going to? Will there be a tour? For you as well with your music after you release your album?
Oh, absolutely. No,
awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's kind of where I'm supposed to be. I believe that 100%. And yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And the cool part about it is I get to pick my own band and you know what I mean. It's just it's going to be a very it's coming together quickly, but at the same time, it's kind of I'm very impatient, so I can't wait to get out there and share all the new stuff and just see how people respond to it. I think it's going to be pretty. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. I just know it's going to be awesome.
I agree. I definitely agree. Now, when you go out on the road, when you guys go and play, finally, when you get out there, will you be still performing any of the Hinder songs as well, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll definitely throw in, and it'll be cool because I can, I'll throw in some Hinder songs that we never did live. I'll bring that to the table.
Oh, that's cool.
Being the singer and the lyricist and whatnot, you wish you could go up there and sing every damn song that you that you wrote. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
So that's obviously not always the case, and like I said, you got four other people's opinions that you're always kind of banging your head against the wall about set lists and stuff like that. So it'll just like I said, that whole freedom is going to shine a holy light, I think, on me as an artist. That
is great. Now, what's your time frame you thinking about on the album? Or
so definitely, I just spoke to my manager. We'll definitely have new music out this year.
Wow.
Or I'm going to say maybe fall.
Uh-huh.
So, and then, yeah, I can't express to you how excited I am.
I really am. Now, let's go back with a different question. If you could go back maybe to your 14-year-old self, and what advice would you give to yourself at 14?
It's always a difficult question, as far as, because I'm kind of one of those guys that, that lives and learns from his mistakes and stuff like that, and obviously grows, and, shit, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe it would probably be to just always, honestly, yeah, it would just always be true to yourself as an artist, no matter what kind of opinions, and no matter, as long as I would know that I'm writing everything down that is true. I would tell myself that all my lyrics have to be true from front to back, no matter what. You feel or true to experience like that. And I think that, I kind of allowed myself to just kind of be like, not really careless with the lyrics, but, to just kind of be like, oh, okay, well, I guess the song could go in this direction, when it kind of takes away from, like, I could start out with this, like, something that's super personal and super real and happened to me. And whenever you kind of bring it into a room of other people, it kind of gets, like I said, it kind of gets lost.
Yes.
Yep. I think just to stay as true to the song as you can, or don't put it out.
That's a great advice, because I mean, especially nowadays. I mean, with the some of the young artists are getting out there and they're sort of being pushed into this little checkbox of genres and things, and it's hard for them. And I think that's great advice for them, to do that, because then that's what I look forward to with your music. It's definitely going to have that honesty, through your words and your music. That's going to really capture the listener.
Yeah, and I think that and also going back and thinking about the whole process with the band and whatnot, like, you're gonna grow, no matter what you do. And I can honestly say that Extreme Behavior was 100% me where I was at that time in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I can say I'm insanely proud of that record, because that's who I was at that exact moment. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what I'm trying to. that's what I'm going to bring back as far as how real I'm going to be with this record.
Oh, that's amazing. It's giving me chills, really. We really look forward to it. We've had a lot of people ask us about it and then, let us know, gosh, we just really can't wait to see where this goes. They've been really, supportive. They're glad that they've listened to the clips and they're like, we need more. So I'm glad to at least let them know things are going to be on their way. We're excited about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And lastly, is there anything you'd like to share with our audience and your fans?
Just thanks for the never-ending support, and it really keeps me going. And I do read my Instagram, and that is me on there, and I'm super connected with my fans, and I just appreciate everything that they're saying about the new stuff, and they can't wait, and neither can I, and just to hang in there a little longer. Shit's coming.
That's awesome. We look forward to it. And let us know again. We'll get another update from you. Just let us know anytime, and we'll get something posted for you.
Yeah, absolutely, Ann.
I appreciate all your time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you too, man.
Okay, bye.